Welcome to Truth Bombs Podcast. Did she really say that?
She really did.
She honestly did. And here, if you guys don't know me, my name is Chef Katrina. I'm joined by my co-host
Heidi Muma.
And today we're talking about your side hustles. Yeah, sometimes it's so funny. We actually recorded this just a few minutes ago, and unfortunately we lost the whole recording. So we're having fun doing this again because this is such a fun topic. We talk about side hustles as a way to bring in money. So as a business owner, right, we've been building Truth Bomb, and it's been, not the easiest thing, especially when you're trying to reimagine what it looks like for a women's business, when you're trying to figure out how women actually approach business differently than men so that we avoid burnout, but that we have a more balanced life, because that's why we get into business, right? And so we've been going through this time period of just learning how do you keep a business going? How do you support your clientele? How do you get this going? But there are times in business where there's a lull, where the money's not coming in or things aren't going the way they want, or maybe you're down in the nitty gritty of it all, trying to create the funnel or trying to create the training. So I just remember sitting there and I was talking with one of my business mentors, and you were there with me, and we're sitting on the couch and we're talking about it. And my jaw hit the ground because I said, finances are tough. We're trying to make the ends meet. What do we do? And he looked at me and goes, Uber. And I looked at him like he had grown a second head, because honestly, this was somebody that in my brain, is, very successful, has done this. He goes, hey, there are times when, money's tight, things aren't going the way you want to go. And he just repeated what I just said. And he says, you got to pick up some side hustles. So I was first off concerned, because when I think of Uber, I'm thinking drivers. Yes. And I've gotten Uber drivers before. I have no problem. I go from the airport all over the place, right?
Uber is my best friend outside of the United States.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes, I use it for everything.
I was just I Ubered all over Poland. We Ubered all over Peru. Yeah. I love Uber.
So, but we're talking about, okay, now I'm a female, and I'm the last thing I want is somebody in my car.
Yeah.
So this kind of led us down a rabbit hole around side hustles. And these are some of the things that we've done, as we've been building Truth Bomb in the Academy, just to, I guess you could say, keep the lights on, right? Mm-hmm. To keep moving forward. So we are fully invested into this for our business. This is our full-time job. We do have a couple of side hustles along with this. So we're always looking for ways, how do you keep the money coming in? How do you build this? So we've done a couple of crazy side hustles.
We have.
So, and we're going to talk some short-term ones, some long-term ones, because some of them you don't need to be doing forever, but they're good during those slower periods.
Yeah. So the first ones we're going to start with are DoorDash and Uber. Now, DoorDash and Uber has different aspects of it. You don't have to pick up people, because we were not interested in picking up people.
No, I don't want people in my car.
I don't want people in my car. But they also deliver food. They also deliver groceries. They also deliver medicine from CVS and Walgreens.
And liquor.
But you have to have a special thing for liquor. I don't do liquor.
Okay, just making sure.
But you can. But with DoorDash and Uber, what we've learned, at least for us, is like a 60 to 90 day type of thing that it works really, really well for 60 to 90 days, because they incentivize you in the beginning a lot.
Yeah.
And but the thing about them is you open up the app, you get it all set up, and then they start sending you orders. People are ordering food. They tell you how much you're going to make on this run, and they tell you how many miles you're going to have to go to deliver this food. And so it's sometimes you look at how much you're being offered, because it's the delivery charge and the tip.
Yeah.
And so the customer has the option of how much they're going to tip you. And so if you're going to pick up something at a restaurant and it is 10 miles away, think about how much you would want for that run. You're going 10 miles.
So we figured out.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So what we figured out is that if you're going to do a 10-mile run, right, if you're going to go deliver something, and honestly, I would say the furthest I really like to travel is 7 miles, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you figure it takes you 2 minutes per mile on average, because you're going through city streets and everything else to get where you need to go. So I always look at, when I first started, I was like, all right, if it's 7 miles, it's going to take me 14 minutes to get there and 14 minutes to get back.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I look at the run that I'm doing, I like to make sure I'm making at least 1.5 times, if not twice, the pay per mile. So I want to be making $2 per mile.
Yep.
Is my ideal targeted acceptance for a run, because it's got to be worth my time and my gas.
Yep.
Right. And the maintenance I'm going to have to do with my car. So I'm always thinking as a business person, because I'm a 1099.
Yep.
I do get a tax form at the end of the year that I'm going to have to report on my taxes. So this is a side hustle, and you do have responsibilities in managing your money to do this. So to take low paying ones, it doesn't always make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And that's why I say it is a 60 to 90 day short-term hustle, because both Uber and DoorDash will ding you or lower your, you get a rate on your acceptance rate, on how many of these runs you accept.
Yeah.
And if you're not accepting the ones that really, quite frankly, aren't worth doing, then your acceptance rate is going to go down. And at first, they do give you a lot of the really higher paying ones. And the higher your acceptance rate, the more likely you're going to get those runs. But they also give you these $2, $3, $4 runs to go 10 miles, which is not worth it, in our opinion. And so your acceptance rate goes down. So when your acceptance rate gets below a certain level, they really stop sending you runs at all. And so that's why it's like the pickier you are with your runs, the lower your acceptance rate is going to be. And the shorter this side hustle will work for you.
Yes.
So the next one that we found was Instacart. And Instacart is primarily groceries. And it could be one thing of grocery, because it could also be Lowe's and Home Depot and PetSmart. Yeah. So it's not just grocery stores, but it could be from one item to 100 and something items. And so this is another, but the one thing that the pro of Instacart is they don't ding you for not picking up they call them batches.
Yeah.
So you don't get dinged if you don't accept a batch.
So just to clarify, so if you're doing something like DoorDash, Uber Eats, or DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, that's the third one. If you're doing like that, you are forced to take you're given an order, right? Because you're within that area. There's whatever. So
you're not forced to take it.
But it only gives you one. You're only given
right.
You're only given one order at a time. So if you deny that order to get another order, that affects your acceptance rate.
Correct.
What's nice about Instacart is that they give you multiple runs that you can do. So you get to pick and choose which runs make the most sense, and you're not dinged for not accepting every single one of these, right? So really with Instacart, you have better choices.
Yep.
You have better opportunities to get paid what you want for a run, or take runs that make sense to you, instead of having to be forced to take a run or deny a run, and then how that affects your overall scoring. So what I like about Instacart, that when we've done it, is that we get to choose which batches we want. We always try to make sure that it makes financial sense. Again, going by mileage, time we have to shop. Because
how long it's going to take you to shop. And keep in mind, it's like the more you do it, the faster you get. It's kind of like, you ever see that show Supermarket Sweep? It's a game.
That's how you play it.
It's a game show back from the 80s. So if you haven't seen it, you're probably like, wow, she's really old. But it is like Supermarket Sweep. It's like you want to get it as fast as you can, yeah.
And so Instacart's been really interesting overall. Like, I think we've done pretty good on doing just once or twice a week.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it long term. And I think the longevity of that one is a little bit longer. You could probably do that one from 3 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. If you needed to, just to kind of supplement your income. You can go 1 day a week. We've gone, I think, 3 days a week. But you really can control what you have. And also, again, it depends on where you're at. So if you're in cities that have restaurants, shops, grocery stores, like you're in areas within 7 miles that you can get back and forth to, that's really where it makes sense to do a lot of these these types of side hustles. So just recognize you are a 1099, so you do need to still treat this as part of a small business. You still want to make sure that you're doing what we talk about inside Truth Mom Academy, which is how to set up your cash management, because you don't want to treat this money as a piggy bank, even though you're looking to supplement during your slow months, right? You want to make sure you have it. Now, our other favorite. Now, this one is really truly our favorite for what we're doing, because this fits into that entrepreneurial mindset where we love to get stuff for free. Yes. And we like to get paid for doing what we love. Right, ladies? This is really what we're up to. So
who doesn't like to go out to eat? Do you like to go to the movies? Do you mail packages?
What, do you get your car washed? Do you need eye care? Do you need dental care?
Do you go to the gym?
Do you go to the gym? I mean, there's so many
things. So many things. So what I'm talking about is mystery shopping. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard it's a scam. Let me tell you, it's not. If you've ever worked in retail, if you've ever worked at a grocery store, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, your manager may have instructed you of specific things that are required, because because mystery shoppers are sent in to see if you're doing those things.
Ooh, it's like undercover, isn't it?
It is. You get to be under. So if you are a mystery shopper, you get to be undercover. You get to go in and act like you're just a customer, a client. You're just a customer. You're just somebody who's there for a meal. You're just somebody who's there for a movie. You're not acting like it's not a job. Yeah. It is a job, but
so let's before you go crazy with this, there are 3 types of mystery shoppings that we know of, right? So the first one is a reimbursement. Yes. So you go and you purchase something and then you're reimbursed for it. And that reimbursement could come and show up anywhere from 14 days to 30 days later.
Yeah. So mystery shopping, unlike the others, there is a cost up front. Some of them, not all of them.
Right.
Some of them, it may be a cost. So if you're going to...
which is the reimbursement.
Which is the reimbursement. And so if you're going to a restaurant and you're buying the meal, you will then get reimbursed for it, but you do have to pay for that meal up front.
Yep. And so the other one is a flat fee and reimbursement. So what does that look like?
So if you're going to, say you're going to the movie theater, you will get reimbursed for the cost of either 1 or 2 tickets and some expense at the concession stand. And then on top of that, you will get a fee. So fee. Whatever it's offered, whether it's $10, $15, $20, depending on what the shop is.
So you get a flat fee, which they could be anywhere from $10, $20, $30, $70, whatever it is. And then they're going to ask you to purchase something, which they'll reimburse you for up to a certain dollar amount.
Right. And then you do have to do a report. So you're basically, you have to be observant.
Yes. Okay.
The more observant you are, the better your report will be. And in your instructions, they'll tell you certain things they want you looking for specifically.
Yeah. So you're not going at this blind. They give you like
They give you instructions exactly what you're looking for and what they want you to observe.
Okay. And then the third one is the one we love, which is the flat fee.
Which is just a flat fee. So sometimes this can be like going in, it would take
touring an apartment complex.
Touring an apartment complex. It'll take you like 10, 15 minutes. And then you do a report about it, or a gym, going and touring a gym.
Yep.
And different things like that. And there's also ones that are called audit. Now, these could be a little bit more involved. And like one of them that we know of is basically going to a Costco and scan in a lot of items.
Yeah.
So basically they're checking the prices of all these items for consistency, I guess, across whatever. This is the information.
Supposed to give that information away? I mean, we're on a podcast, but that's fine. But these are some of the things that I'm just she's like, what did I just do? You're a mystery shopper. Stop giving all the mystery away.
So the auditor ones, that's just a flat fee. You're going it. And some of those actually I read about one. It was like going in, basically doing a gym shop, a gym tour, but you tell them you're there. So they know you're there because they have to give you access to certain areas of the gym.
Yeah. So mystery shopping has a lot of pros to it. It could be a great way to get it up. And we're going to put some links down here in the podcast description. Mm-hmm. And if you're on our blog, we'll have links down below, because we do know that there are a lot of scams out there. There are a lot of things that are kind of like, not so great. So we want to make sure we are always truthfully giving you the things that we've used.
Yeah.
And that we have access to. So you're going to get some of our links, and some of them might be affiliate links if you're okay with that. It's just paying it forward inside of all of this. But there's a lot of opportunities for you to, in those downtimes of business, to be able to supplement.
Yeah. And the beauty of all of these is like you can do it as little or as much as you want.
Yeah.
So it's like even the mystery shopping, some people make it an actual full-time gig because there is a lot of money to be made. But you can also do it just a little bit after, like in like during your slow times or whatever on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you can do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know,
maybe it's a date night with your spouse.
Maybe it's a date night. I mean, you're going out to dinner, right?
Maybe a dinner and a movie, and it's going to be covered, forever. I mean, so there's a lot of different ways you can approach this. And we talk about side hustles because no matter where you're at in business, whether you're making 6 or 7,000 or 6 or 7, 6 and 7 figures, I've actually met and know and worked with a lot of entrepreneurs that there are downtimes.
Mm-hmm.
There are downtimes. There are times when you need to take a break from your business. There are times where you just need to step back and get some perspective. And what I love about each one of these side hustles is that because it's customer based, a lot of times I get to interact with other people.
Yeah.
Which gives me a different perspective around the world around me, different places where people live, different things that people buy, food, things like that. So it's always kind of like a little bit of a humanity check for me.
Yes. Oh, and if you like visualization, Instacart and DoorDash can help you with that. Yeah. Because a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times you get to go to these really dreamy neighborhoods.
Yes.
And dream and visualize and see yourself in that house.
Yeah. So there's so much you can do with this. And, we talk short term, we talk long, these aren't like lifetime gigs. They could be, but the reality is that these are the ones you do like as a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to just make you that income. And the beautiful thing about all of these actually is that if you have a business, this is a great opportunity for you to be able to continue marketing your business.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to be DoorDashing, Uber eating, Grubhubbing, and you're going to be doing that, nothing says you can't drop a business card. I know a lady that we were, a friend's house we were over at, and she got a delivery. And inside was like, hey, if you ever need a personal shopper, we can take care of this for you. So a lot of people...
Or if you do customized things, you can, stick your business card, stick a little note in there. And it's like, you never know where you're going to get business from.
Yeah, because marketing doesn't always have to be online. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes doing these are a great way for you to get in front of more people, learn more about different businesses, meet different, people that you wouldn't really think of that would be potential customers or clients for you. Right. And the other thing too with mystery shopping is that you are covert. So it's great that you can go in there and talk about your business and what you actually do without ever having to mention why you're really there.
Right.
Right. So that's one of the beautiful things around this is that you get to still primarily focus on your business, and you can use this as a marketing tool.
Yep.
To get more exposure for your business, and at the same time create that little extra income on the side. Or even get reimbursed and paid for through mystery shopping to do things you love.
Right. Because even if you
go.
Right. Because even if you are making that, like when you are making that money, that you don't need the extra income. Who doesn't like free things?
Yeah.
So if you get your feet wet mystery shopping now and understand what it is, you understand how to go out to dinner for free, go out to the movies for free. I mean,
there are so many benefits, and there's so many places that are looking for
and
secret
still
shoppers.
giving back to the industry, because you are giving feedback that is going to help them as a business to grow. So as a business owner, I think you have that little bit more insight into some of this also.
You know what also helps with as an entrepreneur? It makes you more aware. So like if you really want to like learn how to dial in, how to read people, how to go into different situations, I think being a mystery shopper is one of the best things you can do, because you have to go in covertly.
Right.
You have to be observant, and you have to be able to look at things, which I think as an entrepreneur raises your awareness on things that you might not have considered inside of your own business, allowing you to make tweaks and adjustments to your business. There is nothing better is in anything that I've ever heard. And I've heard this from multiple entrepreneurs over the years. They said, if you really want to excel as an entrepreneur, do something in customer service.
Yeah.
And I think with mystery shopping and these side hustles that we recommend, and some of the other ones that we list below, each one of these gives you a different perspective and insight on how would you like to be treated? How do you want to be observed? What would you mystery shop for yourself in your own business, and what kind of feedback would you want to get, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is a really powerful way to elevate your understanding of being in the world of business, and then tying that back in, like with what we teach inside Truth Bomb Academy. every single one of these is still a business entity. You're still going to be paid a 1099. You're still going to have to be responsible for the finances of it. So when you start blending that in with the business that you're currently running, and you start treating that money and that cash management, and you start learning how these all market together, you actually open a bigger door for what's possible.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about in our episode next week, is we're going to talk about how we use a door that opened for us to be able to get inside of Macy's to be able to sell, right?
It.
So what would it look like for you, your business as a small business owner, to walk into a department store and be able to sell from there? They're going to do all the promotion for you. They're going to put your name and your brand out there for you. And then you have an opportunity to sell from inside the store.
Yep.
So there's a lot of really cool things that we're going to be talking about. And this is the power of being inside Truth Bomb Academy, because they are the first ones to know that we're doing this.
Yep.
You guys are the second people to know that we're doing this. But we're always in conversations, and a lot of our podcasts come from the conversations that we are having inside the academy with women.
Right.
And that's really what we're bringing to you, because we want you to understand that what we're doing inside the Truth Bomb Academy is really about supporting women at the different seasons of their life, different stages of their business, and making sure they're learning how to have that life business balance that is so often missing for us, because we're trying to do everything in this constant productivity phase instead of our cyclical phase that we're so much better in when we start understanding how that works for us, right?
Yep.
So we want to thank you guys for joining us here on Truth Bombs. Oh my gosh, did she really say that?
She did.
Because we are bringing to you truths around what we've been doing as we've been building out Truth Bomb Academy, because we're business entrepreneurs just like you.
Yep.
And we're just normal. Really? We're not? Okay.
No.
Maybe I didn't really say that. Thanks guys for joining us, and stay tuned for our next episode. We promise to bring you more goodies and treats.